prelate, Egidio of Viterbo hired us for a job out of Rome. On the way to meet with him and learn more about the job, we were set upon by some unsavory types. We were cornered by the brigands into what appeared to be a dead end. After a brutal fight, we discovered a secret passage underneath an abandoned house that would help us make our escape. The passage came to another abandoned home blocks away, no doubt, used by thieves or smugglers. The brigands were combing this area as well, and we had to battle our way out of the district. Valerio took a nasty hit and we had to help carry him away after the battle. He is on the mend now. We find ourselves hiding out in Rome in a neighborhood controlled by our friends and families. We are safe here for now but need to rest up, gear up, and get to the prelate, as it is clear someone does not want this job to be completed.
Hey everybody, it's Doug here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to episode 2 of Nova Aetas Renaissance, where in the last episode, it was a rather long one. I went through the rules and the setup, and we did our first battle, which we won, and now we're exploring this abandoned house, trying to get out of the neighborhood because we were ambushed as we're trying to deliver or show up for a job that we have been hired to do by a prelate. Now, in the house, we discovered the bed hit a trap door that led us somewhere else. We know that there are thugs, guards looking for us, and we're getting out through this house. The first one, our warrior, Valerio, has found his way through the underground passage and is now in another abandoned abode where he's about to search through some debris. We already spent his time on that. He's just got to do the work of seeing if he can figure it out. Meanwhile, Sophia is already in the other house. She's about ready to join him, and we need Rebecca and Vincenzo to enter the house and come through the passage to connect with Valerio and his sister Sophia. So, with that said, I just want to take one moment to break and I'm going to do one more plug. I know I did in the last episode. This one's going to be a lot shorter. I'm going to do one more plug for the D&D game I'm in on Thursday nights. So let's do that, and then we'll get right to it. Okay, so every Thursday night, every other Thursday rather, from 4 p.m. Pacific time for about 3 hours, I'm in a Twitch-based D&D game that is run by Darren Drader, an RPG developer and designer for 5th edition, who puts out a lot of material on RPG Now. You can check it out there. But the game is a lot of fun, and I would love it if you'd join me. I'm not going to make this as long. I explained it more in the last episode, but our next episode of this will be the 4th, Thursday the 4th. That may already be passed. I don't know. Depends on how quickly I get this up. But please join us there. Join me there and socialize with us. It is going to be on Twitch Live and then later on YouTube, where I will post it to the playlist on my channel. So with that said, thank you, and let's get back to Nova Aetas. All right, well, I'm really enjoying and intrigued by the story. We still have some things that are happening. Poor Valerio is damaged. I did make one mistake that I almost forgot about. When we killed him, not a mistake really, and it didn't impact anything. I need to do two things real quickly. One is this right here. I need to gain a resource. It's called an Elementium, or Elementum resource. Now, again, there's things on the other side of this. We'll see what they are. We're going to surprise ourselves because I don't even know what they do. But we're going to get one of those for taking down that the Arquebuser. Or, yeah, the Arquebuser, I think. No, the Stratiote. The Arquebuser gave us 2 of these, which we also need to claim, because we got 2 from the chest, but we didn't get 2 from this. So we got 1 and 2. We're getting quite a bit of resources going on here. And also, I did remember I needed to... This Rebecca's dial is really slippery. It keeps falling out of my hands. I gotta, because it spins when I'm trying to set it. So Rebecca is at a 1 threat, and Vincenzo needs to go up 1 on his threat. I need to remember that from last time as well. So we are caught up on all the stuff that we need to do. I'm going to have 2. I'll just put them over here, 2 piles of resources that we have. And then let's get to that search we're going to do with the debris. So I'll put the card up on screen, but Valerio is going to search. He's going to spend 2 time, which he's already done, to search 009, which is a bunch of debris in the room there. So let's take a look at that. Okay, the floor is covered in rubble. Debris from the upper floors collapse. You notice something bare beneath as you move a few floorboards and a couple of large stones to retrieve something useful. Draw 1 pecunia. So we're getting another Pecunia. We didn't have to even roll for that. I like that. And he gets to continue his activation. So we get to draw another one of these cards. We've got a big stack going there. I think with that, he could also check out the window. I think we're going to do that. He's not going to go outside. He's going to wait for everybody. So he's going to peek out the window there. It's another option we have for 2 more time. 1, 2. I think that'll be, yeah, he was here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. He can move 1 more, but there's no point. He's going to look at we got to put a cube. We'll just take it off of here. We already know we're done with that room. Got a cube on the debris. We cannot use it again. And then we're going to look out the window, which is going to be 11, entry 11. All right, let's see what we see. Okay. You walk up to the filthy window. You wipe a panel with your sleeve and look outside, but you quickly retreat. Brigands are prowling around the house. They're looking for you, but with luck, you'll be able to slip away into the alley before they find you. If the party does not have it, gain... that's a... not a feat, a achievement. Achievement number 9, Watchful. Okay. If 6 is not revealed, it is not. Read 019. If it is revealed, read 020. So first off, let me grab that achievement. Here is that card, the achievement Watchful. It says out of sight, out of the gallows. I like that. We're going to keep that in our stuff. I'll put that with our, I guess, our resources that we're building up. And then also I added it to our campaign sheet. We have achievements, 9, Watchful. Now, all this stuff I'm sure we'll fill in as we go, but right now that's where we're at. So he looked out the window. That's going to end his turn. I think we're going to go next with Rebecca, because she's just got to move. So she's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll put her in this house, but that's all she gets to do. That's her entire turn. We'll move the hologium up. And we go with Sophia. Sophia is... We'll go with Vincenzo next. Let's see, man, how did he get so far ahead? I think I made him... Did I do something wrong with him? Or no, he spent a lot of time outside healing people, didn't he? We'll go with Sophia. We're going to go... she's going to go 1, 2 into the other room. 1, 2. I don't think she's going to go outside yet. She doesn't have anything she can do. She'll just stop right there and wait while everybody else comes in. We're going to gather... Before we move on, then we got all we have left in that room is the door, and I don't know who I want going out the door first because I don't know what's going to happen, so I'm a little nervous about that. But we just have a door to go out of, which you can see here on the screen. Okay, see the door number 5. That's what we got to do next. All right, we haven't revealed card 6, so I don't know how that would have happened. Who knows? All right. We weren't done with that yet, were we? It said if. Oh yeah, if 6 is not revealed, read 019. If it is revealed, it is not revealed. So we're going to go to 019. Set up, oh, what? We got to set up a whole new thing because we're in the buildings. Okay, set up. Take the following from the game box. Tile 2B, 2 bushes, 1 tree, 1 house, and 2 focus points. Reveal card 6. Place a Stratiote activation token on it. Oh, wow, okay. I don't know how well this is going to work out. Let me reorganize. I'll be right back and I'll have it all set up for us. Okay, I have this facing a little differently so you can see all the action. Here's where the door is right here, apparently. I got the setup right here. It says, or maybe I have it the wrong way. I don't know. If at least 3 heroes on a square in the red area, read 10. The red area is this area back here. Apparently that's where you have to go. Enemies are going to attack the heroes. Defeat condition if 3 are KO'd, go here. Mission action 1. Enter the house. Enter the house. What am I making a mistake on here? Enter the house 0117. The group has 9. Read, if we have 9, which we do, read 020. Okay, I need to understand this a little better. I feel like something is out of whack here. This says replace card 3, which is our mission card. This was our mission card 3. We're going to replace it with this. I filled out this map as it shows, and it says heroes are. I thought they were coming from in the house. Let me look at that. Anyway, here's what we have to read. You can sneak out the window and try to get away as quick as you can. One time, you can place your hero on the blue focal point, or, if unavailable, on an adjacent square. Otherwise, continue your activation. So the blue focal point is this one right here, which is I think where the window is, but there's a guy right next to it. Of course, you can move out of there for one time and just haul booty, right? And I assume at this point everybody's, well, no, because these two folks still need to spend 2 time to get in here, right? Yeah. So now I got to add. It says add these guys in the next part of the timeline. So we got to pay attention. They're going to go right there. We got to pay attention now to time because the Stratiotes are going to go. We're in the building. I don't know if they would even know we're there. I'm a little confused by that. But I'm just going to I'm going to cheat a little bit. I want to see what it says when you go through the door. I want to see if it tells me what to do. Maybe I made a mistake with, let me see, we looked out the window, right? We looked out the window. That was 11. I'm just double checking things. 019, yeah. If 6 is not revealed, so we reveal 6, that happens, but I don't know, continue your activation. Sorry, not 6, we reveal card 6. And we read 19, which told us to place the Stratiote activation token on the next active sector. So that would be here at the Taurus. And then it doesn't say to do anything else, but it does say we can sneak out. So we haven't gone through that door yet. I think that the Stratios, I don't know what they're going to do. Do they know we're in the house at this point? This is what's bothering me. I guess let's look at you know what? Let's look at our handy dandy book of mystical charts. See if we can determine what to do with this. Okay. Does the active enemy have a mission goal? Let's look at that. So number 6, do they have a mission goal? Enemies attack the heroes. Okay. Attack the heroes. Are there any heroes on it? On what? I'm going to say no. Enemy's goal becomes attack the closest hero at equal distance. What if they don't even see the enemies? Here's the thing I'm confused about. Is there at least one hero whose threat is greater than equal to the mission goal? There is no threat requirement for this mission goal. We have the ability to... Oh, I guess if we go back into the house, we read 117. Okay. Okay, so that's if we go back in the house, but we can exit the house. I'm going to just start playing it like they know we're here. They're going to activate. We got a couple people that get to go first, and we're going to get them running. I'm going to go with Vincenzo next then. Okay, so since everything's set up the way it's supposed to be, Vincenzo is still at the trapdoor, so he's going to spend 2 of his time, 1, 2 to get to there. He's there with everybody now. He's going to spend 2 more time, 1, 2, to try and heal Valerio, who's got 2 damage on him. Let's get the dice out. Remember, his sensor, which I'll put it up on screen right here, gives him, he's going to use his blessed token to reduce his target number. She's got a 4, using his Chirigrin's bag to heal Valerio. He rolled 2 6s. That's great. That means he heals both the damage on Valerio. Valerio is completely healed. And that is going to end the activation for Vincenzo. Now we got Valerio. And I think Valerio is actually going to go out the door, which is actually on this card. It's the door is 015 or 005, right? 05. So let's go take a look at that. Okay, he's activating the door for 1 time, so I got to remember that. It cost him 1 time. You push the door open and a beam of light enters the room, nearly blinding you. If 6 is revealed, read 21. Well, 6 has been revealed, so we're going to read 21. Okay. Place your hero on the focus point, the orange focus point, or if unavailable, on adjacent square. You step out into a courtyard a few buildings away from the abandoned house you entered earlier. As your eyes adjust to the light, you see some ugly mugs staring at you. They have a moment of bewilderment, but then one of them recognizes you and sounds the alarm. The brigands stand between you and the only way out. Continue your activation. Okay, well, he didn't go out the window. He went out the door, because that's the kind of guy he is. So he's standing here. That did take him 1 time. He's still got the rest of his activation to go. Now, if you're on the same space with the enemies, the enemies activate first. But he can go... if I let them move to him, they will not be able to attack. I can move... I think I'll move one farther out. 2. So that's going to cost him 1 more. And I think that's it. Because that's all I have to do. He's just going to go stand there and wait for them to come to him. So we'll move this. Remember, there's no time limit, so I'm not tracking the little time. I don't think it matters. Next up is Rebecca. She still has to spend 2 to get into this room. And then 1 to exit onto this spot here. So she's now out there with him. Then she'll spend... she was here, right? So 1, 2. So far she spent 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's going to spend 2 more to go 1, 2 behind him there for protection because she's not very tough. Okay. Next up we have the Stratiotes. Now, what are they going to do? So the only 2 people they can get to are Rebecca and Valerio. So their current mission is to attack the heroes, check the threat. They're all out there. No one is in threat range. So no, enemy's goal becomes attack the closest hero. Okay, the closest hero is currently Valerio. But they're not going to be able to attack him. Can an enemy attack their target with the activation? The answer is no. At equal distance, the target, the hero with the highest threat. Well, Valerio has 3 threats, so it's going to be him. If a tie persists, it's the hero with the most wound tokens. If that persists, okay, it's not. So movement. The enemy moves the minimum distance necessary to reach their target with one of their attacks. But if they can't do it, I guess they just move their total activation. Can an enemy attack their target? No. So it goes back and then down. Yeah, okay. So it goes back here. So it goes, just to show you what I'm talking about. I should take a snapshot of this and put it up on screen. I probably will. It goes here, and then movement, and then back to here because they can't. So it goes here, up to here, then down to here because they can't attack. And then attack the target or the enemy activation ends. So they're going to just try and get close. They don't have enough movement to get to him. So this one will go, they have 5. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. They got 2, but they can't do anything. So he's going to go there. This one will go 1, 2, 3 to there. This one will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, I see something cool to do here. Okay. All right. Okay, next, then that puts us here. All right. Okay. Now we're going on to the next part of the phase. We got Sophia and Valerio. So I think we're going to go with Sophia. She's still got damage on her. She is going to exit that window per what is it? It says we had that 20. We can exit the window, right? Number 20. For 1 time, you can place your hero on the focus point. Yep, we're going to do that. So this is where the window is. So she spends 1 time, exits here, 2 time, I don't think she has line of sight to this guy. I don't think so. Let me check the line of sight rules. I don't believe she does. I think you have to measure it from the middle to one of the edges. I think I'm going to take a look again. Okay, I think she has line of sight on this guy. So it goes from the center of the square to a side. So I could do this, like this right here, from this edge to this edge. Now, if he was here, I wouldn't be able to do it. But since he's there, it looks like I can. If I'm wrong, tell me, but I believe that's how that works. So why wouldn't she stop there, go 1, 2, 3, and throw her knives? She's going to do it at that Stratiote there. Try and get him dead. She's got 3 attacks with 3 dice with her knives, her physical damage. Let's see if she can wound this fellow. 6, 7, a 6. I think on him, here's the Stratiote. It's a 5 physical. I'll put this right here in between the... I don't need the buildings anymore except for one because Vincenzo is still in there. He's got a long way to go to get out. Okay, so he's going to have to spend 2, 3 to get out of the building, depending on which way he goes. He'll probably go out the same window as, well, no, he'll probably go into the fray, like into the middle of it with the others. But anyway, getting back to the point, she rolled 3, she got all 3 hits, a 6, a 6, and a 7. That means she criticaled. That's not good, because that puts her up at a 5 threat. She is a serious threat now, and I have to put 3 damage on this guy here, and that is her entire activation. So he's going to come around and attack her. I think what we're going to do next is, we got Valerio next. So he is going to, I think he'll turn and attack this one here to the side. He's going to use his sword. He's got no damage on him, which is good. He's got 1 block, but his armor is in tatters. It's not going to help him anymore. He's got 4 dice. He needs 5s, right? No, 6s. Oh, she needs 6s, but she got them all anyway. That's okay. It's 6s, not 5s. It's 5s versus mental attacks. Doesn't really matter. She got him with 3 regardless. Okay, let's see. Wow, he got 1 hit, and that's it. So he turns. He's the one-hit wonder, man. He turns and hits this guy for 1. That was 1, 2, 3. He has to. He's going to wait because he has to move up to here at the very least. And that's really all he can do. There's no point in him moving anywhere. Okay, well, that's not wonderful. I was hoping for better from him. He is our warrior, so you'd think he'd do better, but he's not. All right, next up, we do have Vincenzo, because this is good. The wheel's going to go around here. Vincenzo's up. It's going to take 2 time, 1, 2, for him to get into this building here inside, and then he'll spend 3 another time to come out. Sorry, to come out. Man, does he want to come out with? I think he needs to come out with Sophia. So he's going to come out the window. He's going to sneak out the window. And then he'll have to come around. We're going to have to defeat these guys and get through at least one of them. So he'll come there. That's 3. And then for 2 more, Sophia does have damage. I think he's going to use his... Let's get him here. So that's 2 more. He is going to use his ability to heal. He just needs to heal 1 to get Sophia completely up. He's using his Shuriken's bag to do that. He failed. Okay, so, which is normal. He did not heal her anything. He got out his bag and fumbled it. He's afraid of all the action that's going on, I guess. Anyway, we're going to move up to here. That puts the Stratiotes next because they are the next enemy. Okay, so first question is, are they within threat? She is not within threat, and she would have the highest threat level, but remember her hood, 1, 2, 3, does not have her in line of sight. 1, 2, 3, it's 2, so he can only see to here. Next highest threat is Valerio. He's going to take a beating. We'll start with this guy. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We all know that he's going to attack. So Valerio has to stop 4 points of damage. Let's hope he does not get totally knocked out here. Okay, what does he need? He needs 5s. He's got 4 dice. 1, 2, so he took 2. His shield stopped 1, so it's 3. He still took 2. So he took 2 damage. I got it on the sheet. 2 out of 5. So that's not wonderful. And his shield is now spent for the turn. Okay, that was 1 guy, by the way. So odds are he's going to take an injury of some kind. Okay, next up, we'll go with this guy. He might as well do that and attack. We blocked 3, 5, 7, 5. That's what we need, 5s, right? Yes. So he took 1 more point of damage. That means he's at 3 total. It's not terrible. We can survive this. Then this guy is going to, remember, she's not a threat, so he's going to go 1, 2 to here, and that's a 3 with him, and attack Valerio as well. Oh, this is rough. This is really rough. Okay, come on, big numbers. No, oh my gosh, he's down. I got to figure out what happens when someone goes down. Didn't happen in the tutorial. He blocked 1 damage, and that was it. So he took 3. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to lay him down on his side. He was KO'd. Okay. If a hero is KO'd, he occupies a square. KO'd hero is considered out of the game, suffers no game effects, cannot be targeted in any way, or considered by any rules unless it is an effect that allows them to discard wounds. Okay. Equipment, skill, and skills of the KO'd hero produce no effect. When the hero is KO'd, the Perilium decreases by 2 points. Okay, so that's going to go down. The KO'd hero's activation never leaves the sector it is in. Okay. When a KO'd hero would activate, they instead draw an injury card. If an effect allows the KO hero to discard at least one wound token from their sheet, then they are no longer KO. Their model is lifted into the square they are in. Their activation token is turned to the regular side and placed one sector ahead of where the active model's activation token is. Okay, I think I got that. All right, so he's down. We're going to flip his token over. He would have been one of the people to go next, but that's it for him. And that was all 3 attacks. They really waylaid on him. I think poor Rebecca is next up here. I think that she's in trouble. She's going to, it's her activation, so she's going to go 1, 2, 3 and attack with her spell. With that spell, she's going to boost it for sure. She wants to make sure she kills this guy, so she's got 4 dice already. She's going to use one of her tokens off her energy shard. She's going to use the rest. I think she can only use them on spells, but either way, she's using that. That's going to give her 5 dice. I got to get another die. Oh, nice. Where'd I put them? Here we go. Got 5 dice ready to go. Let's see. She needs to kill this guy. This is critical. Oh wow, this one's cocked. Okay, she did two points, and that's enough to kill him. They have 5. So she took him out. Remember, she needed 5s because the magic, their mental trait. So that guy is out of the game. He is gone, and she has 2 left. What is she going to do? I think she needs to move, put herself a little more out of harm's way. She's going to go 1, 2. That way only this guy can get to her. And that'll go 1, 2, so she's right there. I think the energy charge, you may spend all advantage tokens on this card to perform any magical attack. Yeah, so she can't do it to like defend, but she can do it on a magical attack. All right. So that would be Valerio. He would go. So this means this token, he is going to get an injury token. Let me look at that. Okay, it says when a KO'd hero would activate, instead draw an injury token. So we're going to do that. Achilles tendon. The movement action costs 1 additional movement for each square you decide to go. Okay, so that goes with Valerio, but I don't think I can relieve that for 3 coins, by the way, but it doesn't say that I get up. So what happens now? Okay. When a KO would activate, instead draw an injury card. If the effect allows the hero to discard at least 1 wound token from their sheet, they are no longer in the model. Token activation is turned on its regular side and placed. Okay. The KO'd hero, all status tokens on their hero sheet except for those of equipment cards. What do I do now? That did not get him any wounds back. Achilles tendon injury. I guess he stays there and just pushes forward in his sector, right? I guess. So it's going to go, he would activate, so then it goes like this. I guess. But what does that mean now? How does he get up? I can't keep taking injury cards, right? A KO'd hero is considered out of the game. Suffers no effects. Equipment and skills of a KO hero produce no effect. When a hero is KO'd, the Perilium is decreased by 2. I got to do that too. So he's down to 1. Okay. KO'd hero is considered out of the game. Suffers no game effects. Cannot be targeted in any way or considered by any rules unless it is. I guess he stays. It says he stays in the sector, so I guess the thing now passes him up. I don't know. I don't know how to do this. This is interesting. When a KO'd hero would activate, they instead draw an injury card. If an effect allows the KO'd hero to discard at least one wound token from their sheet, they are no longer KO'd. Their model is lifted into the square they are in. Their activation token is turned to its regular side. I guess we just keep doing that, and it goes around, and if it reaches him again, he gets another injury? I don't know the answer. I'm going to have to look this up or something. Okay, well, for now we know he's still down, and we're going to Sophie's turn. Sophia's turn. So on her turn, she's going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, and move, where she now has 1, 2, 3 range on this guy for her throwing knives. So we're going to throw some knives at him, I think. That seems like the right thing to do. Let's do that. Okay, let's get these throwing knives going. Come on, girl. Let's do some... Oh, she hit once. That's not terrible, but she didn't get any ones either. So she just does 1 damage to him. That is not enough to do really anything of value. However, she became the most hated woman on the battlefield with a 6 for her threat level. Her Perillium is up to 6 now. That was... that extends her. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so next we got Vincenzo. Let's keep moving this around. Boom. Okay, so Vincenzo goes next. She's still injured. He's going to go 1, 2. He will not be able to protect her. He just needs to heal her, because I don't think they can take her down in one. Well, they could take her down in one shot. We'll see. We shall see. I don't think the one guy can get to her with it and hit, so he probably will go after who he can hit, right? Which would be possibly... They're both going to go after the mage, the Rebecca, but only one of them can get to her. He blocks the space and the bush blocks the space, so I don't think he can get to her. Anyway, let's finish with this. So Sophia is done. She did 1 point of damage. It's Vincenzo's turn now. I think he's going to go 1, 2, so he can come around this way. That's 2 time. 1, 2, and then he's going to attempt to heal her again of her injury. She's got 1 injury there for 2. And he does. Okay, so she is completely healed now. That is good. It does not get him anything, unfortunately. When does each time she flicks? Oh yeah, she's got another. She's 1 away from being able to do her big bad ability, because she's done quite a bit of damage, Sophia. Okay, so then the Perillium's going to move, and oh, he's still got 2 left, but I think he's just going to stay there. He's not going to do anything else. He could move. Well, he could move 1 over. I think he'll move 1 over to here. He's in the space he needs to be in. Hopefully they'll come his way. Okay, so now we go to the Stratiotes. So the Stratiotes are first going to attack the person with the highest threat, that is her, if they can do it. Their attacks cost 3, so he can go 1, 2, and still attack her. So I think that's what he'd do. 1, 2, and attack her. According to the rules, that's what... he's only got 1 damage on him. So that, according to the rules, that's the way it would work. Because then it would be the closest hero. So like he can go 1, 2, 3. See, he can't get to her, but he can go 1, 2 and attack her there. So you can, when you're in the arc, you can attack that way, but you can't move. It's got to be orthogonal. So that is where we're going to land right there. I think that's right. Now I'll do their attacks. Okay, so Sophia has got to defend. She's got 3 dice. She's going to defend against the Stratios. She has no special abilities. She rolls a... This is cocked. Let me roll this one. A 1 doesn't do any good. She needed a 5, so she got 1 success. She's going to take, wow, 3 points of damage. Woo, that hurt. Wham. Hopefully we can kill these guys fast, right? Vincenzo's got to get to Valerio and heal him. I think that's the only way we get him up now. Okay, then the next one is going to attack her, Rebecca. She has a physical trait of 1. Ouch, this is going to be painful. She could take 4 points of damage. She got no damage on her. Let's hope she at least blocks 1. She does not. So she took a full 4 points of damage. Ugh, that is rough. From the Stratios. She took it all. All right, well, so what happens when your fighter goes down. she might go down too, but we'll see because he is gone. So he's now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess if it makes it around to him, he takes another injury and only, yeah, okay. I think we'll go with Rebecca first. So she's obviously going to attack this guy. 1, 2, 3. What's the range on her spell? It's 1 to 6. So he's 1 away. She can attack him there. That's fine. She's obviously going to attack this guy. She is going to spend both of her charges to try and do all the damage she can. She does 3. She's still not going to kill him. But I would rather her get as many hits as possible, and it gives her a chance to roll some 1s, right? So there's 4. She's got 5, 6 dice to roll. Got to do some maximum damage here, right? Are you kidding? Okay, 6 and 7. She just hit. She also got a 1, but if I recall, is it each? Yeah, it is for each. Oh, that's great. She did 4 points of damage. She got 2 points there, and then 1 for each of these. Plus she got a spell off. So there's 2 right here, and then 3 and 4. That's enough to kill the Stratios. Bam, that was well worth it. So she killed him. Boom. Whew, that was rough. She's almost dead though, but she did it. All right, so she took him out. She used all her charges. She does gain another pip in her spellcasting thing. She's only up to 3 in her special ability, her passive, which allows her to do a big attack. That was 3. She's got 2 more. She's going to go 1, 2 to there, because why not? She won't be attacked. She does go up 1 more on her Perillium. She's now at 2. She's only hit twice this whole game. That's just sad. Okay, next up we have Vincenzo. Vincenzo needs to get to Valerio. But I think what we're going to do next is he's going to hit this guy with his sensor because it can do a lot of cool stuff. So he's got 3 dice. He needs 6s, but his sensor is going to do 1 point of damage for every hit, and then also it has stun and burn. Let's see if he can get all of them. A 7, a 1, and a 5. So he did 1 point of damage to him. That's going to put him up to 2. Bang. 1, 2, 3. And then he also got the 1. So here, if you look at the sensor, it says he got the moon symbol, so it's going to burn. So now I got to figure out all these tokens and things that we got to do to him. So we got a stun token and a burn token. What does a stun token look like? Stunned. Okay, I got it. Give me a minute. I'm going to get some tokens out. Okay, so a stunned token goes on him. And that means that for his next activation, he has to spend 2 time before he does anything else on his next activation. And then the token's discarded. The burned token says a model who has the token suffers 1 unblockable damage at the end of its activation. A hero may spend 1 and roll one of the stats. I can't tell which one it is, although it's just a success. If they obtain a result of 5+, they discard this token. It is possible to attempt this action more than once. Okay, so no one's going to stop it for him. He's burning. Homie's burning. But that is going to be the end. That is his activation. He can't really go anywhere. He's got 2 points left. That was 3. Yeah, he'll spend 2 points to get a blessed token from his relic. It's going to go on his board. And that is his activation. So it's going to go 1, 2. And his Perillium goes up to 2. All right, now we've got Sophia. Sophia's knives. I don't know if can she hit him? Yeah, 1 to 4, so she can hit that guy. She needs to do 3 points of damage to him, or he's going to swing and hit her hard. She's already got 3 points. She'll go down. I can't move away without getting attacked. Well, there's not much to it but to do it. So let's see if she can take this guy down. He's still going to be able to attack her. I wonder if there's a way for her to move away from it. Let me look at the rules real quick. Well, in hindsight, I think I made a mistake moving this guy all the way up here. I think he probably would have tried to get to Rebecca. But actually, I may have still done that right. She wasn't in threat range, but it then becomes the one closest that they can get to, and that was this case. So I'm going to say that was okay. But she cannot move out of there, out of that area. I was looking it up to see what he would get a reaction attack on her, which is incredibly bad considering how injured she is. And we do get to go with Vincenzo. No, he's going to go after the guy goes. So the only person left to go is her. So I think for the first thing she's going to do is attack. She's going to go 1, 2, 3. She's going to attack him again and see if she can get some damage. Now she could get him if she gets really, really lucky. She can get 3 damage. She's got to get super lucky on it. Let's see if she can. She may have. No, he needs a 6. Oh my God, 1 short. Unbelievable. Okay, well, there you have it. 1 short. She got an 8 and a 7. His physical ability is 6, so she got 2 hits. That puts him at a 4. So we'll flip that over. She didn't get any 1s or anything. She didn't get any extra stuff. She does get to go up 1 more. I wonder when I can do this, because she can do this right now, technically. The cost of time. She has time. She only moved 3. 4 plus 1 time. I don't know what upgrade means. Perform this attack a second time, choosing a different target. Oh, different target. Never mind. That's not going to help her. So that is her big hurrah before she goes down, I think. But maybe, I think Vincenzo might be able to heal her before it gets there. I don't know. Okay, well, she has to synergize with the time there, so she'll move to there. That's all she can do, really. She doesn't have anything else. She doesn't have any other items or anything else she can use. So that means this is going to flip all the way up to here. Boom! And he's going to go next. He's clearly going to attack Sophia, who, by the way, is at a 7, because she just went. So he's going to do that. At least she's got 3 physical defense. She could survive it. She got 4 hits. She needs to roll 5s. Let's see if she can survive it and get lucky. No, she didn't. So she is KO'd. Wow, this game's hard. I just realized it. She got KO'd. We had 3 enemies to our 4 people, and 2 of them are down. And 1 of them's still standing. Wow, that was rough. She's KO'd. So hopefully we can get her up before her next activation. She won't take a wound. That's the way I understand it, which would be right now. So the Stratio went. He goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He also gets rid of... Oh, he dies. He gets rid of the stun token. It took him 2 time, but it didn't matter because he was just standing there swinging away. But he does get the burn token at the end of his turn, which puts him at 5 and kills him. So he is gone. Our 3 enemies are gone. Thank you, Vincenzo, for that. And he is off the board. We are free to get out of here, except we got things we got to do. So I think Vincenzo goes next. He's going to go 1 to here. He'll spend 2 trying to heal her. He just needs to get her. She's technically at 5 right now. So I'll put 2 wounds on her just to show that she's at 5. She's at 5. He's going to roll 3 to bring her back up. Oh, I definitely would have spent this. Sorry, I'm going to retro that and say I spent it. So this gets 1 back up. Boom, she's healed 1. She gets up. Then he'll go, that's 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to take another injury. I guess that's how it works. I don't know how else it would work. She's going to go, she's up now. She's going to go to here for 1. Just wait. She'll go to here for 1 and wait. And they're waiting on their spaces. They'll move so that they can both get in there. So they'll just be right there waiting for him. Then this goes to here. We go to here. I guess he takes another injury. I guess that's how that works. I don't know. It just says he stays where he's at. It goes around, and he takes another injury. Then he's going to get maybe healed by this or healed by Vincenzo. Maybe Vincenzo sucks. Spleen injury. Each time you suffer 1 damage, you gain a bleeding token. And again, doesn't say anything. I'm going to look through the cards to see if something says you gain a health. I mean, I don't know how you'd know that. I don't see anything on these cards that say you get a test. You get to a point back. So I'm just flipping through them to see. I don't see anything that says that, though it says you can. I don't know. I don't know. Well, tell me if I'm doing this wrong. I read it. I thought I understood it, but I don't think I did now. Anyway, as the last thing that's going to happen, then we'll just go to the end of the scenario and see what happens. We will not have our KO'd people. They will reach the mission section because not all 4 are KO'd. So for 2 points, Vincenzo is going to use his relic. He's then going to spend it. So he has 4, so he's going to try and heal Valerio. He gets 2 points on Valerio, so Valerio stands up with 3 damage. And then they will move to the red space. I don't think I have to continue to do the time thing on it. We'll just call it a day, right? I think that's the right thing to do. Let's go see what happens next. Okay, it says if at least 3 heroes are on a square in the red area, go to 0. Oh man, I could have just finished it. Well, I didn't. I revived our guy after he got a second injury. Maybe I just should have moved Vincenzo. They're already in there, so maybe he shouldn't have gotten that second injury. They were all right there. Anyway, we're going to go to 00.10 in the book and see what it says. Okay, so here's what we got. We got, you managed to escape and disperse the brigands in the alley of Trastevere. After a mad rush, you stop to catch your breath. You can hardly speak, but your minds are filled with questions. Who were those individuals? What did they want from you? Was it possible that they were aware of the assignment you have just accepted? After this experience, you need more time to rest at home, to recover your strength and make a trip to the local market. You are well liked in the neighborhood, and your friends will hide you until the next dawn. So loot, none. See loot, none. If the party has, we do have that. 9 loot half, so we're going to get half the loot. We'll have to see how that works. Each hero gains 1 experience point. I believe that's what that is. Each hero gains I think that's their destiny, and we discard all injuries. Oh, nice. Perform a rest phase in Rome, then start mission 01, a burning map in Spoleto, after performing the travel phase. Okay, well, we're going to get all that done. Let me get the board ready for us. Okay, so the first thing we do is we did get our achievement. We're going to keep that, which means that we only have to lose half of our loot rounded up. So we're going to keep this because there's only 1. And here there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to get rid of 2 of these. We'll get rid of that one and that one. And like I said, I haven't looked at them yet. You're not supposed to look at them until some point. So I don't know when we're supposed to do that, but that's that part done. So as our 4 heroes return to the city of Rome, which we'll go over in just a little bit, they are also, not only in addition to the resources they got, they're also going to start their destiny. There are 6 cards in their destiny deck. Here's the first one for Valerio. It says, you have always thought that a military career is the best way to get a reputation in Rome. Objective, if you finish a mission with at least 3 wounds on your hero sheet, doesn't seem like it's going to be that hard for him, during the next rest phase, read 0.20. So we're going to put that aside. Then these will go in their own little stack because they will come out again later. I'm knocking stuff down, which is normal for me. Okay, then this is Vincenzo's destiny. It says, you join your childhood friends to complete your training, determined to heal their wounds of body and spirit. Objective, if by the end of a single mission you make your other heroes discard a total of at least 5 wounds during the next rest phase, read X entry. That is Vincenzo's. So basically, as you can see, they're going to have these destinies that are going to enhance their career. Now, these destinies are the things that allow them to go to their advanced classes, by the way, if I'm not mistaken. Here is Sophia's. You have always been considered the black sheep of the family. Your brother Valerio was forced to bail you out of countless problematic situations. If you inflict at least 10 wounds by the end of a mission during the next rest phase, read 01-6. That seems a little harder than some of the other ones. I don't know, but maybe it's not with her because maybe she gets really good at dealing damage. And this is Rebecca's. As you think about how to achieve your goal of joining the Black Rose Lodge, memories of how it all began resurface in your mind. Objective: if you successfully cast 3 spells by the end of a single mission during the next rest phase, read 04. Well, that might be harder than we think. We've seen how difficult that can be for poor Rebecca. Maybe that won't be very easy. But in the next part of this rest phase, I'm going to put all this aside right now, just to the side so we can get out the city. I'll put our characters to the side as well, and their dead enemies. So we are going to be in the city of Rome, and this is Rome right here during the rest phase. The rest phase rules are right here, and here is a bit about Rome. Tradition has it that Rome was founded in 753 BC by Romolo, the so-called capital of the world, beating heart of the Roman Empire. Boasts a key role in human history, society, the arts, science, philosophy. The empire's legacy influences every life facet of its peoples and of those to come. During the Middle Ages, the Eternal City became the capital of the Papal State. The Vatican's ruinous attempts to establish its power brings a well-known Avignon papacy, which threw Rome into a period of deep contraction. From the second half of the 14th century, the city, back in the hands of the Church, undergoes a period of restoration and claims its prominence on the international stage once again. And there are some things about Rome that allow you to do some things a little less expensive or not at all. Some places, now there's nothing blocked in Rome, but some smaller areas cities will be in will not have all of the access to all the different locations we can have during the rest phase. Now, during the rest phase, we can sell our resources. We never looked at those, so we're going to take a look at them now. We have a handful of silver, a handful of metal, and a handful of gold. Well, that's pretty good. And on the Elementium, we have belladonna. So those are the things we have. We can they're worth. I think they're worth something. I just don't know what. But we can take them to the market and sell the reagents we have, and do things like that. We can also use our experience to gain skills, which I think we will probably do because we've gained 1 experience. And if we go to, I'm trying to remember where it is, but if we go to one of these places, we can absolutely gain some experience in the town. So during the rest phase, it says that the last played mission will tell you where you can perform the rest phase. We're performing it in Rome. We did read that. Whether it's a town or a village, it is a town. This affects the availability of shops. Now, all the shops are available in Rome. Each hero may spend their available experience to acquire new skills. See the acquiring skills section class or new class entry. Any hero who has resolved their destiny cards may spend 2 experience to change their basic class to one of the 2 advanced classes they have. Each hero and each companion may visit a shop. We don't have any companions. It's just us 4 heroes wandering about the town of Rome, or the city of Rome. We can go to the baths. We can go anywhere we want in there and do stuff. And I think that we're probably going to definitely upgrade our skills. I don't see why we wouldn't, and I don't know. I got to look first. We may not have, like, he can do, for example, Valerio can do Witness Me, Insult, or Hawk Strike. And Witness Me is, if he does this one, he won't be doing Reckless Charge. I think that's the way it works. You can do +2 time. If the target of this attack is adjacent to you, consider their, I think that's their what is that stat? I don't know what that stat is. I'll look it up. Value decreased by 1 to a minimum of 1. So basically, we can strike better, I guess. We also have then this Insult Me. Says 0 time, gain 1 threat. You can use this skill once per activation, so we can increase our threat and draw enemies to us, which seems like it would be something you would do. Or we can hold on to that experience and not spend it in this session. So with that said, we did a whole bunch of things. We're now down to the rest phase. I'm going to start the next episode off with the rest phase, and we'll get to that when we return to the next episode. So for right now, we're going to end it right there because we did have a pretty big fight. It's probably going to be. I don't want to do another hour plus video on this. I like to keep them, 2.5 hours, 45 minutes or so. So I think this one will be in that range, I think. I don't know how long that fight took. But here we are, ready to go for a rest phase. We got our destinies. We have resources. We don't have any florins. We don't have any money yet. I suppose we'll get that when we're in our next episode, next mission perhaps. Anyway, I will see you in the next episode. Take care, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.